What's up, everybody? First, I would like to say thank you for tuning in to this video, and if you have not already, please like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe for future videos more about topics that anything you guys want to know about. But today we're going to talk about how I self-published my first poetry book within 2 weeks. All right, you guys, first things first. When I decided to write my book, I decided to write my book no matter what the result or the outcome would be. My result and my end goal was to change one person's life with my book. And honestly, I changed more than one. So I actually did reach my goal. My goals wasn't necessarily financial wise. It wasn't to sell like so many books. It wasn't to become a famous author, none of that. I wrote my book because I was passionate about it at the time, and I just had to get it out. You know, I had to get my story out because I know other people can relate to self-love. Other people can relate to not putting themselves first, and other people can relate to also learning that they were not putting themselves first and getting back on the right track. You know, because sometimes we put other people first and we lose who we are into other people. And that's never really a good thing. So basically, I came up with an idea for my book. Second, what I did was I realized I write poetry. So I took my poetry and I combined it with writing a book, a platform, you know, something that's tangible, something that you can actually touch, that people can share, that people can show others. So I put poetry and I put that together. So that's a type of book that I came up with. Third, I came up with a title. So self-love it just made sense with putting myself first. I just sat and I lay down and I thought for maybe an hour or two about what exactly is the main thing that I was struggling with when it comes to putting myself first or putting so much love into other people that I wasn't getting back. Basically, self-love came out of that and I just stuck with it. So that's what you should do. You come up with a book title, something that just sticks with your story that you're creating, and you got it. The next thing that I did was come up with a book cover. So one day I just decided to actually just take a random picture of myself because I like taking pictures. I'm photogenic. So I took this picture and honestly, I had no idea that I would choose this actual picture to be my book cover. I started using like book design cover apps just to get a visual of what I wanted my cover to probably be. And then like, that's exactly where my book cover came from. A picture of actually myself I took with this crop top, long sleeve black tee on and blue jeans, and it just stuck. Like, you know, it's about myself, it's about self-love, it's about, you know, self-beauty, self-care, all of that. So I'm like, of course, I mean, this just makes sense and it just sticks out. So it went perfect with the idea that I came up with. What I used to actually type out my entire book was Word. But you can also use an app called Publsihed that's available on Windows. So it's a green app. It's called Publsihed, and you can actually use that book to create, not book, but you can use that app to create an entire book. Actually, you create your cover from there. You can create the back cover, and you could type out your entire book, and then you'll actually have a folder of what your book will be like. Just like another app too that I came up upon that's only available on computer software. I was searching on YouTube one day, and also Bookwright is actually another good app that you can use to write your book. Next, what I did was I got in contact with editors that were in my hometown that have edited books before for other people, and that have put together books for other people as well. I Googled actually publishers or published editors in my town, and then I came across this top editor or publishers, authors that came across available in North Carolina, and it was called Zitro Publications. Zitro Publications, at first, you know, I was a little sketchy about it because, you know, it's the internet. So of course you're gonna be sketchy about it. But I contacted them and they actually answered right away. Good customer service. He was willing to work with me. I told him I was in the military. He honestly treated me as if I was family from day one. And that's no joke. So you don't find people like that. And that's what honestly made me trust them a little bit more. And then when I met them in person, it just clicked. So I actually had my book edited through someone else. Ebook done, my paperback done. They also did my book cover for me, and they just worked really well with me too. Like anything that I wanted to perfect, or if I wanted to change something, they was willing to work with me. Or if I wanted it this way, if I wanted it in a quicker time, because that was the thing too. I was coming up on a date and I wanted it by that date, so I paid a little bit more extra for that too. But I mean, all was well and everything went nice. Actually, for my first experience, I didn't have a bad experience, so I was very thankful for that. What I would change exactly about my first experience with my book was to not rush it. You know, some things had gotten overlooked about the book maybe, but it's all minor things. And I just wouldn't rush it. You know, just take your time. You know, make sure you put your all into your craft. You make sure you put everything that you want to put into that book. So when you look back at it, you can be as proud as you should be of it. I'm proud of it because I mean, it's a book. I'm 19 years old. I wrote my first book. Like, life doesn't really get any better than that. For somebody who's 19, in the military, working all the time, I made it happen. So honestly, we all make time for what we want. And I wanted to get my story out there. So that's just exactly what I did. But thank you guys for tuning in. And that's all for this video. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned and turn on that notification bell for my next video. Thank you.